Hello students, we will start in this lecture in third chapter, which is finite groups and subgroups. Now in this chapter we will see first order of group and order of an element. So what is order of group? So in group, so the number of elements in the group is called the order of that group. So we will see definition. Order of group: the number of elements of group G, the number of elements of group G which is finite or or infinite is called order of that group. Now for example, so and order of group is denoted by mod G, and order of group G is denoted by mod G. For example, in first example, the group Z6. So what are the elements in Z6? Which are 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bar, 5 bar. So there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 elements. Contains 6 elements. Hence order of Z6 will be 6. So also if I take Z4, then it has elements 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, right? So there are 4 elements, means order of Z4 will be 4. So in general order of Zn will be n. So also we will take another example, which is units in n. So the order of u of 10. So order of u of 10. So u of 10 has number. So what is definition of u of n? So u of n is equal to a belongs to set of natural numbers such that a is less than n, and GCD of a and n will be 1. So the number which are relatively prime to 10 and which is less than 10. So the number are first 1 and 10 has GCD 1, next 3 and 10 has GCD 1, 7 and 10 has GCD 1, and 9 and 10 has GCD 1. So under multiplication modulo 10. So here there are total 4 elements. So order of u of n will be, therefore order of u of 10 will be 4, because in that group there is only 4 elements. Now the set of integer under addition has how many elements? So next element example, the set of integers. So the set of integers contains infinite elements, so it has order infinite. So set of integers under addition operation has infinite number of elements. Hence it has infinite order. Right? So now we have seen order of group. Now next we will see order of an element. So let's see the next point, order of an element. So let's see the definition first. Let G be group and A belongs to G. The order of an element, element A is the smallest positive integer n order of element A is the smallest positive integer, n such that a raised to n is equal to identity, then we say that n is the order of that element. If no such integer exists, then we say that a has infinite order. If no such elements or no such integers exist, then we say that a has infinite order. Right? So when we say that n is the order of the element, let G must be group and A belong to G, then the order of the element A is the smallest positive integer n such that A raised to n must be identity, then we say that n is the order of that element. And if no such integers exist, then we say that A has infinite order. For example, so here order of, we have seen in previous part order of group. So GB group and order of G is denoted by mod G, and here order of an element is denoted by mod A. So the notation, the order of element A is denoted by mod A. The order of element A is denoted by mod A. Also note that order of identity element is 1 because it has only one element, which is identity. So we will take example to find out order of an element. Consider Z4 under addition modulo 4. We have seen that so Z4 has elements. Z4 is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So it has 4 elements. Now to find out order of elements. So here we know that, so definition of order of element is, if A be an element of G and n is the smallest positive integer such that A raised to n is equal to identity. So this is multiplicative notation. So in addition, so if I add A n times, so means n into A is equal to identity. So means what? This is the notation for additive group. So here order of any element is n. So if I will add A n times, then we will get identity element, then order of A is nothing but n. So here if I add 1 times, then we will get identity, means order of 0 is nothing but 1. If I add 1, how many times here I can add 1? So 1 can be added 4 times, then we will get identity element 0. So here group is additive, then identity element is always 0. And we know that if additive group has identity element 0, right? So here I will add 0 1 times, then we will get order of 0 will be 1. So to find out order of 1, now to find order of 1, so 1 can be added. How many times can be added 1? So here I will add 1 times, then 1 added 1 times. So here so 1 is equal to 1. So if I add 1 2 times, or here in this notation, what will I get? So here in this notation 1 raised to 1 is equal to 1. Now 1 raised to 2. So 1 raised to 2 means what? Here operation is addition, means what? It can be written as 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Now 1 raised to 3 is equal to 1 raised to 3 means what? Here operation is addition. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 which is equal to 3 times. So which is 3. Again not identity. Next 1 raised to 4 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 which is 4, and 4 modulo 4 will be 0. Here 1 raised to 4 is equal to identity means what? Order of 1, or I will write in the bracket mod. So mod order of 1 is equal to 4, because here 1 raised to 4 is equal to identity means order of 1 is 4, or therefore that is order of 1 is 4, right? Similarly, to find out order of 2, so here in this equation, so here to find out order of 2, so here we know that 2 raised to 1 will be 2, means addition of 2 1 times, because here operation is addition. Now 2 raised to 2 and operation is addition, so here I will write addition of 2 times, so which is 4, and 4 modulo 4 will be 0. So here 2 raised to 2 is equal to 0 means what? Order of 2 is 2, because 2 raised to 2 is identity element. Order of 2 will be 2, right? Next, to find out order of an element 3. To find out order of element 3, we know that 3 raised to 1 means addition of 3 1 times, which is 3. Next, addition of 3 2 times, so which is 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 will be 6, and 6 modulo 6, here modulo 4 operation, 6 modulo 4 will be 2. Next, which is not identity. Now next will be 3 raised to 3 means addition of 3 is 3 times, because here operation is addition. So here 3 plus 3 which is equal to 9, and modulo 4 operation, which will we get 1. Next 3 raised to 4, so addition of 3 will be 4 times, so we will get 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, so addition will be 12, and 12 is divided by 4, then we will get remainder 0. So here 3 raised to 4 is equal to 0 means what? Order of 3 is 4, right? That is order of 3 is equal to 4, means here there is smallest positive integer 4 such that 3 raised to 4 is equal to identity element. So, and finally order of element 0 will be, and order of element, so 0 raised to 1 power is equal to 0, so I can add 0 1 times, we will get 0 directly, means what? Here therefore directly order of 0 is equal to 1. So these are the orders. So order of 1 is 4, order of 2 is 2, order of 3 is 4, and order of 1 is 1. Now second example, in Z with addition notation in set of integer with usual addition, only the identity element 0 has order 1, only the identity element 0 has order 1, and all other elements have infinite order, and all other elements has infinite order, because there exists only here Z is group which is addition operation, so there exists 0, so because Z has elements like this, so here -3 -2 -1 0 1 2 3 and so on. So there exists an element, so here 0 raised to 1 is equal to 0, and if I take another elements, 1 raised to 1 is equal to 1, 1 raised to 2 will be 2, 1 raised to 3 will be 3, and so on. So this is infinite group, so there does not exist n for such that 1 raised to n is equal to identity, means there exist only 0 elements which has order 1. So all other elements, there does not exist an order of that elements, because the Z is an infinite group, so it has only one elements. 0 has order 1, so remaining elements has infinite order. Now next example, let G be group and A belongs to G, then A raised to n is equal to identity if and only if order of A divides n, order of A divides n. So we will prove this. So let's see the solution. Now GB group and AB an element of group G, then A raised to n is equal to identity. So here if and only if case means what? If A raised to n is equal to identity, then we prove that order of A divides n, and in second case if order of A divides n, then we will prove A raised to n is equal to an identity. Now let's see the proof. Now here let G be group and A belongs to G, and also suppose we will consider A raised to n is equal to identity, that will prove order of A divides n. So here A raised to n is equal to identity, and here A raised to n is equal to identity, and I will suppose order of A is equal to m. Then by division algorithm between n and m, so by applying division algorithm between n and m, division algorithm between n and m, then there exist integers q and r belongs to set of integers such that n is equal to m into q plus r, and condition on r will be 0 less than equal to r less than m. Now I will solve for r. We will get r is equal to n minus m q, right? So here A raised to n is equal to identity, and I will assume order of A is equal to m. So here I will take base A, so A raised to r is equal to A raised to n minus m q. So I will separate this. So we will get A raised to n into A raised to m raised to minus q. So here A raised to r, right? So here what will we get? A raised to r is equal to, so A raised to n is identity, and here I have seen order of A is equal to m. So order of A is equal to m means what? A raised to m is equal to again identity. So A raised to r is equal to, so here A raised to n is equal to identity, and order of A is m means A raised to m is again identity. So which is again identity raised to minus q. So which is again identity, because identity raised to any integer is again identity, means what? A raised to r is equal to identity, but m is the least positive integer, right? But m is the least positive integer, integer such that what we have assumed, order of m is equal to n means what? A raised to m is equal to identity, means hence here 0 less than equal to r less than m, and here what we get? A raised to r is equal to identity. So we have seen we have assumed that m is the least positive integer such that A raised to m is equal to identity, and from that, in that case I get A raised to r is equal to identity. So which is the contradiction, means what? R must be 0, hence R must be 0. So we will get, that is R is equal to 0. So we put R is equal to 0 in this expansion. So put R is equal to 0 in this expansion, we will get n is equal to mq, that is m is, so here n is equal to mq. Then by division, by using definition of divisibility, what will we get? M divides n, means here m divides n. So what is m? M is the order of A, means order of A divides n, that is that is order of, or I'll write order of A divides n, order of A divides n. Now we'll prove converse part. Here we have proved if part, here a raised to n is equal to identity, then we have proved order of A divides n. Now in converse part, so conversely, suppose that order of A divides n. Suppose order of A divides n, then so we have assumed order of A is m, that now, and order of A is equal to m, then what will we get? Order of A divides m divides n, and order of A is m, means what? M divides n. So we have assumed m divides n. Then by using definition of divisibility, we will get n is equal to m into k for some k belongs to set of integer. Then I will take base. Hence what will we get? A raised to n is equal to a raised to m k. So here I will write, it can be written as a raised to m raised to k. So we have order of A is m, means a raised to m is identity, which is equal to e raised to k, and identity raised to k is again identity, means what? A raised to n is equal to identity. Therefore what we get? A raised to n is equal to identity. Hence proof means what? If a raised to n is equal to identity, then order of A divides n, and we have proved converse part, which is if order of A divides n, then we have proved that A raised to n is equal to identity. Next part, which is very important part, I will see, which is subgroups. Now let's see first definition. Let H be subset of group G if H itself forms group under the same operation of G, then H is called subgroup of G. Then H is called a subgroup of G. When we say that H is subgroup, first H will be subset of G, and H itself forms group, then we say that H is subgroup of G, and we write or we denote it as H is subgroup of G by and notation. We denote this as H is subgroup of G, which is H is subgroup of G, that is H is subgroup of G. So this is the notation for H is subgroup of G. Also observe that singleton identity and G are subgroups of G. Identity and G are always subgroup of G, and these are called improper subgroup of G, and these are improper subgroup of G. If a subgroup H is proper subset of G, then if a subgroup H is proper subset, of G and H not equal to identity. So if a subgroup H is proper subset of G and H is not equal to identity, then H is called proper subgroup of G. Then H is called as proper subgroup. H is called as proper subgroup of G. Proper subgroup of G. If subgroup H is proper subset of G, that is H is not equal to identity, then H is called as proper subgroup of G. Now let's see the examples. For example, we seen that R under binary operation addition forms group under addition operation. Also set of integer is subset of R, and Z under addition forms group. Z under addition forms groups, right? Means here Z under addition forms itself group, and which is subset of R, means what? Z under addition is subgroup of R. Hence Z under addition is subgroup of R under addition. Also Q is also subset of R, and Q under addition forms group itself, Therefore we say that Q under addition is subgroup of R under addition again, because Q under addition it satisfies all properties of group, which is closeness, associativity, existence of identity, existence of inverse. Means Q under addition itself group, so which is subgroup of R under addition. Also Z under addition, which satisfy all the properties of group and which is subset of R, means what? Which is subgroup of R under addition, right? Now we will stop here. In next lecture we will see subgroup test. Thank you.